Look around, truly observe. Life is always in motion yet never in a hurry. The sun doesn't rise with urgency. The rivers do not rush toward the sea in desperation, and the wind doesn't panic as it travels across lands. All of nature functions with a graceful rhythm, effortless yet purposeful. There is a calm intelligence woven into the fabric of life, a quiet understanding that everything unfolds exactly as it should. And yet we humans have forgotten this. We race against time, obsess over outcomes, and feel compelled to control every detail, believing that unless we strive harder, we will be left behind. But the truth is this, what is meant for you will not need to be chased. It will flow toward you when you are aligned, not anxious. Why do we allow fear to guide our steps and anxiety to cloud our vision? It's because we've been taught that stillness is laziness, that patience is weakness, and that urgency is a virtue. But those are illusions. The natural world around us is full of effort, yes, but not of struggle. A tree does not force itself to grow, it does not pull its branches overnight to reach the sky. It simply exists in harmony with its environment, rooted and steady, allowing sunlight and rain to nourish it at their own pace. This is not passivity. We are born of the same earth, made of the same elements, so why do we resist the wisdom that surrounds us? Effort without pressure is the secret. When we push too hard, when we grip too tightly, we create resistance. Imagine a river again, it flows around rocks, adapts to the land, carves its way not through force but through consistency. Now think of a dam blocking that river. The water does not disappear, but pressure builds, tension rises, and eventually it bursts through in chaos. This is what happens when we try to force life. The more we struggle to manipulate every outcome, the more we suffer when things don't go as planned. But if we allow life to unfold naturally, we find that what is meant for us arrives not with effort fueled by fear, but with effort guided by trust. There's a difference between action and reaction. One is born of calm intention, the other from panic. When our minds are full of worry, we tend to react impulsively, desperately, often regret. But when we create space within ourselves, when we learn to observe before acting, we operate from wisdom. Have you ever noticed how your best ideas come when you're not looking for them? During a quiet walk, a peaceful shower, or a moment of solitude, insight appears uninvited. That's because your mind those moments is open, it is still, and in stillness clarity thrives. Anxiety, on the other hand, is like fog, clouds your inner vision, and you believe the storm is bigger than it is, the path darker than it truly appears. You may be standing right in front of the opportunity you've been seeking, yet miss it entirely because your mind is wrapped in what-ifs and worst-case scenarios. That's what anxiety does. It blocks reception, it shuts the door to possibility. And when we act from that space, we don't create, we compensate. We don't build, we react. You've likely experienced the weight of an anxious environment, walk into a room where tension lingers and you feel it before anyone says a word. That's the power of energy. We are not just physical beings, we are energetic. Every thought, emotion and belief we carry radiates from us and touches others. When your energy is aligned with fear, you repel the very things you want to attract. When it's grounded in trust, things begin to flow toward you, almost like magic. But in truth, it's just alignment. You don't need to chase. Chasing implies something is running away. But what is meant for you is not trying to escape, it's trying to find you, be still enough to receive it. That doesn't mean don't try, it means try from a place of peace. Move with intention, not with pressure. Lean your effort with your essence and life responds in kind. This brings us to the concept of struggle versus effort. They are not the same, struggle is effort tangled in fear. Effort, when clean and intentional, is powerful and sustainable. Burns you out. Effort builds you up. A bird learning to fly doesn't struggle with its wings. It practices again and again without judgment, without comparison. A river doesn't resist the bend in its path. It follows it, and in doing so, it shapes the land itself. Life rewards aligned effort, not frantic motion. Now think about your own journey. How many times have you tried to force things? Tried to speed up the process, cut corners, skip steps, just to get there faster. And how often has that actually worked? Most of the time it leads to delays, detours or disasters. The truth is, forcing life doesn't bring results, it brings resistance. Patience, on the other hand, is not a delay in action, It's the right timing of action. The archer doesn't shoot without aim. The farmer doesn't harvest too soon. The tree doesn't bear fruit before it's rooted. Your timing is your own. And yet, we live in a society obsessed with timelines. Are they any less worthy? Any less beautiful? Not at all. In fact, some of the most magnificent trees in the world took centuries to reach their full height. You are no different, your journey is not behind, it's unfolding. Non-comparison is the thief of peace. When you measure your life by someone else's path, you begin to doubt your own. But you are not late, you are not early, you are right on time. For your journey, for your growth, for your story, maybe what you want hasn't come yet, because something great is being prepared. Maybe this moment, this quiet, uncertain space is not a void but a foundation. Trust that things are unfolding even when you don't understand how. The delay is not a delay, is not a denial. It's a refinement, and when it does arrive, you'll realize why the waiting was necessary, why the detours were essential. Why the silence was golden. Life prepares you in the unseen. The roots grow before the bloom. The night comes before the dawn. In this modern world, stillness is rare. We equate movement with progress. We believe that if we are not hustling, we are failing, but stillness is not stagnation. It is presence, it is awareness, it is the space in which everything becomes clear. A mind constantly buzzing with noise cannot hear the whispers of intuition, but when the water's calm reflection appears, sit with yourself, listen. The answers you seek are not always outside you. They often wait in the quiet corners of your own being. The successful, most peaceful individuals are not the busiest. They are the most aligned. They know when to move, when to wait, when to act and when to rest. That is wisdom. When you begin to live from that space, you'll notice something strange yet beautiful. Life begins to respond differently. The doors that once felt closed begin to open. The people you need begin to appear. The opportunities you've longed for arrive, not because you demanded them, but because you became the version of yourself who could receive them. It's not about doing more, it's about becoming more. It's about becoming more. When you become peace, you attract peace. When you become love, you invite. When you become still, life rushes in not to fill the silence but to harmonize with it. You see, everything in life is frequency. The thoughts you think, the words you speak, the energy you carry, it's all vibration and the world echoes back what you emit. You've seen this, when you're having a good day, the world seems to smile at you. When you're upset, everything feels heavy. That's not coincidence, that's resonance, so tune your energy, choose your frequency. Don't let external chaos dictate your internal state. You cannot control the wind, but you can adjust your sails. Life doesn't always give you what you want, it gives you what you are. So if you want better, be better. If you want peace, be peace. Remember, the mind is a tool, not a master. Left unchecked, it will create stories that don't exist, problems that happen, fears that paralyze. But when trained, the mind becomes your ally. It sharpens your focus, empowers your choices and amplifies your strength. Don't live as a servant to your thoughts, rise as their guide. Observe, don't absorb. Lead, don't follow. The most powerful transformations begin within. You don't change your life by arranging the external, you do it by elevating the internal. That is the foundation of true growth. That is the foundation of true growth. That is the path to lasting peace. Trust. Let go of the illusion that you must force your way forward. What's meant for you is already moving in your direction. Your only job is to become open enough, still enough and aligned enough to receive it. There is no finish line you must reach to validate your worth, no milestone that proves your value. You are not behind, you are blooming, you are becoming, you are exactly where you are supposed to be. Life is not a race, it's a rhythm. And when you dance to your own beat, everything falls into place.